Hi everyone. This is Midori Connolly, your chief AV girl, checking in this week. I have a who I feel is a very good friend as we've gone through some technical difficulties this morning now with me, and she's from the National Conference Center. This is Sarah Vining, and I am sharing this great idea, and I wanted to talk to her a little bit more because the National Conference Center has some really fantastic things going with technology, sustainability, and social media. And I think that's the future for all of us. So I wanted Sarah to just share a little bit more about what they're doing. So, Sarah, welcome. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for
Um,
having me.
Sure. So, was thinking that maybe you could just tell everybody a little bit more about who you are and National Conference Center, what you do, all of that good information.
Well, thank you for that introduction. And as she said, I'm Sarah Vining, and I handle marketing for the National Conference Center in Virginia. And we are one of the largest eco-friendly conference centers in the nation. So what we're working on now, one of my goals is the cross-section of technology and green. And that is important. So in order to promote being green, you need to do it so with technology.
Great. Sarah has, well, the National Conference Center has a really fantastic blog. I've provided the links for you to check out. I definitely recommend reading it. So, but you're also doing more with social media. So, could you tell us a little bit about everything that you're doing and maybe even why you're in that place?
Okay. Well, I handle our blog, and mainly I get ideas from other meeting planners, event profs, the event profs community on Twitter, suppliers, other venues, and kind of run with their ideas. I see what's trending. We have a green team at the National Conference Center. Occasionally, they'll send me ideas, and we just kind of go from there. And that's on our blog platform on Twitter and Facebook. We try to engage with other meeting planners, and it's a great way to interact and share ideas, best practices, what hasn't worked, what does work. In that way, the meetings industry can grow.
Very cool. Um, I also, so what really inspired me and caught my attention, of course, was your the use of QR codes at your venue, and I think that that is that's just such a great idea. So, could you tell us a little bit more about how you're using them and what inspired you or what got your attention and gave you the idea?
Okay. Well, I was first introduced to QR codes, which are like a 3D barcode that you scan with an app on your phone at a conference. And I went back to the National Conference Center not knowing that I would develop a green QR code tour of the property. But when we were faced with the survey results of guests not realizing that we are a green property, I said, "What's the solution?" They might not notice a brochure in a rack of other, venues, but they might notice something like this. So we created a green tour through QR codes around our property, and I gathered up information about how each department is green and what they're doing, their part, and you can go around the property and scan each code and find out what makes that area green.
I think it's fantastic. I think that you really exemplify the future of where that intersection of technology and sustainability go hand in hand, and how you can reduce waste and but also be more efficient and possibly even more user friendly for your guests. No paper to carry around. The information will stay with them. They can visit it later if they want to. I'm so impressed. So, is there anything else that you have to share? I mean, I know a lot of people, still are trying to find the value of social media or using some of these technologies. Have you been able to derive value? What has been the I guess most compelling reason for you to engage in social media?
I would say the most value I have in engaging in social technology is learning. Um, we need to grow the rest of our lives professionally and personally, and in order to do that, I think it's through news and it's through reading and it's experiences and engaging with others. And so I would not be able to have created ideas like that if it weren't for the Event Pros community on Twitter and other meeting planners. So I would say most important is getting on social media and learning from others.
And have you, as a venue, is the National Conference Center recognizing, is it obviously, you attended the conference and learned about QR codes. Are there any other ways that you've found value, or is it primarily just the knowledge and awareness factor?
You're saying value in actual social media?
Yeah, for the National Conference Center. I'm not sure if there's anything else. I mean, you mentioned on a personal basis, which I completely agree with, but as a venue, I mean, obviously, I can answer that because I found you and was really impressed with what you're doing on your blog. So, would you say, is it awareness? Is it thought leadership? What really works for you as a venue?
I would say it's certainly thought leadership. I was, for instance, introduced to Andrea Sullivan of Brain Strengths, and through a relationship with her, able to write a white paper on how food enhances meetings. So you're exposed to people that you wouldn't normally be exposed to, and through social media and technology. And so I think for the National Conference Center, it's certainly being a thought leader, or even sharing stories of people on property. If you check out our YouTube video, we have a woman who's been making omelets on property for 17 years, and it's just a good way to tell other people's stories too.
I like that. I really like that idea. That's fantastic, and I'll make sure there's a link to that YouTube on the blog. So I guess that's about it. I don't want to take up too much more time, but thank you for joining me and for sharing some of your experience and great ideas. I will provide links to your blog and YouTube, and everybody just make sure you tune back in next week to find out that great idea that may inspire you or help you to generate your own great ideas and bring more value to your business. So thank you so much for